everyone, and welcome back to BMX News, a weekly live BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. First things first, there is a FIS UCI World Cup going down this weekend in China, and if you want to watch it, I have the FIS Instagram page linked in the description. It's the first thing so that you can see where to watch it. So women finals, you can see the times here and how you watch it on here. What I'll tell you is if you have access to a VPN, you can set it to a different country and just watch it on the FIS YouTube channel. Don't know why they limit it, but whatever. I guess they probably limit it so you have to go through the other channels. Either way, it's linked. And I wanted to give a shout out to everybody in here live. There's so many people in here right now. Sean Chambers, DFLJ checking in. James Ovens, happy Friday the 13th to all BMX people. Caleb Oney's hanging out. Local Ohio dudes. 10 is awesome. 10 is awesome. Kurt Rowell's in here. Dredge BMX. Ken Nichols. Keith Vallow. Raised this weekend. Anyone? Go hang out with Keith, everybody. I don't know if I'll make it this weekend. Not sure. Jeff Mead, Zenki TV, Kevin. Hey, I'm Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Tech 6 is in here. So yeah, FIS, that's how you watch it. Next up, I wanted to talk about Cornhucket Jam. It went down this past weekend. It went down like a month ago almost, 3 weeks, and I got the video out. The highlights video is released. I'll be uploading other videos from throughout the weekend in the coming days, but I wanted to make sure to talk about this one for anyone who didn't see it yet. Then we get into the Pat Casey's Transition Rider of the Year NORA Cup video from Our BMX. This is 9.5 minutes long. So watch this to hear a ton of different people talking about why they voted for Pat Casey, some clips of Pat Casey. Also, James, you're totally right. Brian Fox's YouTube channel has behind the scenes on the stuff that's going on with the UCI World Cup over in China right now because he's there and he's uploading videos as he's there, which is pretty cool. After the Pat Casey recap NORA Cup video, we have the Brock Rayford NORA Cup video from this year. He's Reader's Choice Rider of the Year. So you get some video for that. Then there's something I hadn't heard of, but saw when I was going through stuff to get prepared for this news live stream, that there was a Battle of the Crews video contest held by Roca Bike Franillo. I'm not exactly sure, but this is the top 3 crews. And basically what this is a bike shop down in Mexico held a Battle of the Crews contest as a video contest where the prize would be, so it says 22 teams of 4 riders entered for a chance to win 10,000 pesos, which is, I don't know if that's a lot or not. Here, let's find out. How much is 10,000 pesos in dollars?
It's $558.49.
So like almost $200 a piece for 4 riders. Still, it's cool. It's a cool concept and cool to see a bike shop in Mexico doing this. So I just linked this page where you can watch all 3 of these, and maybe that'll spark more things. I mean, this is kind of like the Vans the Circle contest that happened, and I think there have been several others. So let's hope that more stuff like this just keeps popping up the more that we talk about it. Yeah, Caleb, Marcus Christopher qualified first going into the semifinals. So the way that these FIS UCI big contest goes is that there's a round of qualifying to get into the semis. Then you have to ride again to make it into the actual finals. What's up? You're Camp Woodward? That's sick. Honest question. Do people actually watch the FIS contest live or the whole contest? Everybody, let Kurt know in the chat and in the comments after this goes live if you actually watch. If you can watch, that's the problem, is that sometimes you just can't even watch it and you don't know how to watch it without paying like a bunch of money. Like whatever that BN thing is, it probably costs money. Next up, highlights. Oh, I skipped around a little bit. Parker Heath is now no longer riding for GT. I saw in his Instagram story that said that it was his decision, I think. Let's go back to his Instagram. I am no longer riding for GT Freestyle after 4 years. This was my decision to leave. There you go. Interesting, and it will definitely be interesting to see where he goes next. Next up is a new thing from Colony that I think is pretty cool. So I saw last week the Colony YouTube and Instagram had this short, quick clip of Clint Miller, the owner, talking about Colony Cadets, which is like a younger thing where they're trying to promote younger riders and do that for their 12, 16, and 18-inch line and just to promote these riders. And this is the first video that I've seen after that that's come out with Kobe Clayton and Raph Manning. And geez, these kids are good. These kids are riding, I think that's at 18, and I think the other one might be on a 16. He's doing threes over spines. The one kid did a 180 bar over a spine after whipping the spine. Somebody did a double whip in here. One of the kids did a flare. So good. But then there was another kid who did a X up to can, maybe an X up 1-footer to can. So they're doing a lot of cool stuff. Worth checking out. Next, a video from Monster, Lost Files, Pat Casey, Kevin Peraza, and Mike Varga in Toronto. This is a little over 2 minutes of all three of these dudes shredding. And this is where that clip of, I think, Kevin Peraza getting bonked in the head by a backflip on his helmet. I think that's where this one came from. Is it right at the beginning? Yeah, right here. It was Kevin Peraza getting bonked in the head by Varga. Boof! Oh, back. It was his back. Interesting. So that video was good. I don't know why I said interesting. I was reading Kurt Rao's chat and responding in real time. But that video was really good. Pat Casey forever. Next, we have a Odyssey guest list video with R.E.A. Levinson and Max Vu absolutely destroying the full factory ramp setup. And it was cool that they used the shipping container in the background here as a cool little obstacle to go out of the 10-foot quarter and back into the 10-foot quarter. These two definitely killed it in here. Next up, let's say if I rode for GT and they had me ride those 2-piece performer bars, I'd quit the team also. Those things are whack looking. Sorry. I just wanted to read that. That's funny. Next up, video with Ryan Howard at this prefab park. 37 for 37. What's my age again is what he called it. And there is an orchestral instrumental on the Blink 182 song, What's My Age Again. I don't know what the song is called, but it's that one, you know. The Nobody Likes You When You're 23 song. Orchestral version of that while he's just doing an insane barrage of technical wildness. Next up, oh, and it's also kind of like cool to see someone who you pretty much only see street riding on crazy obstacles that he dedicates basically his entire life to finding, riding a prefab skate park and seeing what he's doing there. It's cool. Next up, Justin Shorty's Angles section, Scott Marceau's full-length Angles DVD. This is his section from it, Justin Shorty's. And it's just clip after clip of crazy technical riding, lots of burly stuff in here as well. He definitely killed it in here. And that first rail, let's just watch the first rail clip because my goodness, it's crazy. King. Here, hold on. Let's start it over and count how many kinks it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skips the 8th. My goodness. Pretty cool. Definitely watch this one. After that, we got a video with Michael Dixon from GT called Waiting Game. The beginning of it shows lots of weather keeping him from riding. Next up, Profile Racing's Barnett Pop-Up Park Jam highlights hosted by Chad DeGroot. Then we had a video from Louis Colacion. I hope I'm saying that right. Called Quad CL. So apparently Lewis had an ACL, not ACL, a knee injury that took him out for quite a while, and he had a long recovery. But this video is 3 years worth of footage that is just so much insanity, technical, crazy stuff, back to back to back to back to back, with almost no B-roll in it, and the video is 7 minutes long. There's a lot of stuff in here that you're going to have to rewind to understand. There's a lot of stuff you're going to have to keep watching multiple times just to see what even happened, because there was so much packed into so many different combos. Definitely really solid video, and there's a lot of crank flip stuff in here that was really cool to me as well. Next up, Trey Jones Hurricane Spots. So this is a behind the scenes video from his Vans video part that recently came out, where there's talking and kind of just everything that happened at some of these hurricane spots on the beach that they were riding. And it was a really cool insight. And this is the kind of stuff that I love to see from a full video part that you just never would see unless somebody put together the behind the scenes like this. And it was cool that either it just happened or they had the forethought to have, Trey talking about these spots in here, and maybe he just did it on his own. Whatever it was that led up to Trey talking to the camera while they were doing all of this made for an even better behind the scenes thing, where it's not just, raw footage of riding. You get context, you get brought along for the journey, and just makes a really cool video. So Trey smells, someone says in the chat. Funny. Let's see. Clute Jam 2023. This one is over 20 minutes long, up on the Dig YouTube channel. The Clute Jam just went down, and it was pure chaos. Whenever this thing happens, it turns Brussels into a BMX jam mixed with a mosh pit. The riding is insane. People are out of control. It's the best kind of insanity. Hell yeah. Next up, Mike Hoder, BTM Serape Drop. So this is getting into the interview product type stuff from this week, looking at all of the new BTM colors for the S&M BTM frames and the different graphics that just came out for them. So there's 3 different new colors of the BTM XL. You can see here the ones without seat post clamps integrated into the frame. Those are the XLs. And then the ones with the seat post clamps are the normal BTMs. 6 new colors. Forks also are coming in these colors. So if you like any of these and you want to get any of these, or literally anything from Fit or S&M, use the code Brant when you check out, and it saves you 10%, and it helps me out at the same time. So let's just take a look. Oh, I already had it muted. The graphic on that is really cool, and they also put it on a shirt. So basically this video has Hoder talking through the colorway and the graphic design that he did, riding in here as well on one of them. And then we just get looks throughout the video at all of the different colors. That blue, man. God, that blue is good. I love that blue color. It's on the BTM XL, and you can see it matches the grips perfectly. It matches the pedals almost perfectly. And Kurt Rowell has this whole kit, and I'm jealous of him. So jealous. Need some gyro tab holes in there. Good to go. Next up, interview stuff. So this is a video that was put on, let's see. So there's a app in Nebraska called Ver Local, and it's a show called Only In, and they went through and they put work in to make probably the best behind the scenes and story video of the Nowhere compound in Nebraska, where they get Carl talking, a lot of other local people who are part of the journey. They get Carl's history. They get the building history, they get the mission, they get literally him helping some kids in this video. And I'm really happy that they let him upload this to the Nowhere YouTube channel, because had they not, I don't know that anyone really would have got to see it, because you had to download this very local app from Nebraska to watch it. And how many people are going to do that? It's almost the exact match of Park Tool Blue. Oh, the new BTM is Park Tool Blue. I need it. Anyways, this video is awesome. It gives you a real quick look at the whole Nowhere and Nowhere compound story. It's awesome. Next up, the next most recent I Can't Speak episode of Factory Friday, the Serape Dundrape. Just the inside look from the building, and we get a look at all these new frames as they came in. There's also some Rambler stuff in here if you're into the Rambler line. Then we've got the Our BMX monthly BMX news podcast, where they talk about a lot of stuff that happened in BMX in the last month in a long form format. So with that being said, everybody, that's everything I have. Let's just check and see if anything new came. Nope. Let's just go look at that blue on S&M's website, because geez, it's good. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, this is the normal BTM? Interesting. I'm curious here, because the trans teal's still there. Yo, you can get the trans teal frame for $390 if you ride 20.5. Yeah, that's the only option left, and if you use the code Brant, it saves you 10% even on that, so it's another $39 off. But let's go to the frame BTM XL. Brant, you better be in Indiana in a few hours. That is not happening, I'm sorry. Look at that blue. I need it in my life. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for another video, Sunday for BMX React, and next Friday for BMX News Live. Have a good day, everyone.